my name is Allison. I'm the Programs Outreach and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of Backyard Science. Today I'm going to talk to you about something you might have seen in your backyard, and that is this often referred to as a weed plant called Oxalis. Now, some of you might have referred to this as clover or even thought these were shamrocks, but this is a plant called Oxalis, and it is part of the wood sorrel family. There are over 800 species worldwide of this plant, which is a lot. I'm always impressed by how many different species there are of the things we cover on Backyard Science. Another name you might have heard of for this is sourgrass. This plant is, you can bite the little stems and they have a sour taste. Make sure you clean it off first. I know that my Oxalis is in an area where my dogs use the bathroom, so you want to make sure that you wash it off if you're going to bite it. Oxalis is defined by a couple of different features. So let me pull one out here and I can show you. I picked these from my yard. So Oxalis has these little groups of leaves called leaflets. They're usually in clusters of 3. And this is why I said some of you might have referred to these as clover or shamrock. But these are in groups of 3. And what's really cool is at night, when it's dark, these actually fold up and fold back. So they'll look a little bit different at night. These kind of fold in like that. You can see where the bend is, and they fold back a little. Likewise, these flowers close up at night, which is pretty cool. Oxalis blooms in the spring and summertime, and it's really hard to get rid of Oxalis when it's in your yard because it has these little bulbs that it seeds from, and it's almost impossible to get those out. So here is one of the roots, and usually it kind of looks like a little acorn on the end if you had gotten the whole plant out. But I spent about 5 minutes trying to pick some to show you in the video, and I didn't get any with the little bulb on it. Oxalis can be a bunch of different sizes. So you see I picked this one that's very tall, and I also have these little clumps that are like this. Oxalis was used by Native Americans for a number of different things. They would use it in a preparation for little sweet treats, and also as a treatment for fever, nausea, and mouth sores. The flowers from the oxalis can also be used as a natural dye. They produce a very intense, vibrant yellow color, which I'll show you. I'm going to pick one of the flowers, and I will rub it here on my notes page for this video. And I hope you can see that really crazy yellow color. It makes a very, very intense yellow color. If you have some oxalis in your yard or see some when you're out on a walk, pick some and you can rub it on paper and it does this really, really bright yellow color. Oxalis is often referred to as a weed. Once it's in your yard, it's really, really hard to get out. But one thing that I've really enjoyed with reframing my thinking about plants that was told to me by my nature journaling teacher, Melinda, is that weeds is just a term we gave plants. You know, back in the day, a lot of these plants had very specific uses that they're just not used for anymore, and we have decided to call them weeds, which makes them seem undesirable. But I really like how Oxalis looks in my yard with these bright yellow flowers. Yellow is my favorite color. And the more research that I've done about Oxalis, the more I've come to appreciate it. So I'm going to show you some of the Oxalis that's growing in my yard. And I didn't plant any of this. Oxalis isn't really something that you plant. It's just something that appears. And also, if you have a home compost bin, don't put Oxalis in it because the seeds will just start sprouting up in your compost. And when you spread it, it'll just spread the plant. So you don't want to put any of this in your compost if you're going to be using your compost to fertilize your garden. Let's go take a look at some of the plants. As I said, it's currently growing everywhere in my yard. So you can see all those pretty yellow flowers. And the next time that I get out here to do some yard work, I probably will pull a lot of it up. I haven't done yard work in a while. It's pretty overgrown. To make room for some of the plants that I'm trying to grow in my yard to attract hummingbirds and bees, but oxalis flowers do attract butterflies and bees as pollinators. In fact, I don't know if I'll be able to get this. Here is a bee right now. So just even more proof that these aren't weeds, which kind of imply that they're a pest, nuisance. You know, weed has a lot of negative connotations with it, but here's a bee using it and pollinating it. Awesome appearance, bee. Thank you for being in my video. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.